Okay, so the next step is to place your tools, your cutting tools, and in order to make, just to make sure that you're going to have an appropriate facing, what you have to do is first place the tailstock center. Okay, this is just, we're going to use this just for reference, and then let's use this one. Okay, we're going to use this tool for the facing operation. So we're going to place it on this position. You're going to use this key to tighten it. Mm-hmm. That should do it. Okay. Then we need to check that the tip of the center and the tip of the tool are aligned. So for that, you're going to need to move tailstock and move all the way back. Next two. See, we have a match. Okay. If you need to move this, you need just to untie this part and getting closer. So we might not have the best position here, okay. But you will see that the tip of both the center and the tool are very close. So we're going to use it like that, okay? So we don't have a problem with the height of the tool, all right? So let's bring this back. And now we're going to get this closer to this position. Okay? So just make sure that you're going to have enough motion for this. And that will do it. All right, so now that we have that, we know that we're gonna have enough motion of the bead of the tool. We can just lock it. And then we can just make the tool carrier to go closer to the material. Okay, so at this point, this is where just the facing operation, it's going to be the purpose is just to cut some material and to remove it. One option that I would recommend always to do is get your tool close enough to your material to see how much clearance that you have. Okay, so you're going to do it just by moving this handle right here. Okay, so and this leads to this brings to the next question. One of the questions that you're going to have in the lab is if this is a direct or a indirect feeder. Okay, so you can tell here you have marks for or divisions for the motion of this part of the tool holder. Okay, so in inches, each of these lines represent 1,000 of an inch. In international system, this represents 0.025 millimeters, right? So there are two options here. You need to check also if this is going to be a direct or an indirect feed, meaning that once you're moving the tool inwards, if you select, for instance, this as your reference, if you move it one line, is that going to affect just 1,000 of an inch on the diameter, or is it going to affect it in 2,000ths of an inch? So that's why we're going to refer as the direct or indirect. So that is also something that you're going to need to check for your calculations. So come to the lab with calculations for direct and indirect feed. Okay? So in this case, just let me get this closer. And I think I might need to move it a little more. Just like this. That's going to be a little better. Okay. Okay, the reason why I move it is because I'm trying to check that the flank of the tool is actually going to it's going to be possible to cut just also the cylinder, and we're not going to have another angle, a negative angle cut in the surface. Okay? So I'm just checking this part. Okay, and I think we're almost ready. Probably you might be able to see a small mark that the tool is doing right there. Okay, so that's pretty much like surface. So right now we can consider that that would be our 0 for this. Now for facing, that's going to be now the next operation. Now we have our tool is centered with the tailstock center. Okay, we have this tool very close to the surface, and now we need to do the facing operation. Okay, so that is going to be the next video.